And inevitably, when I put up content like I just put up or post, right, there's always somebody that comments with a real shitty comment. Or they'll watch your stuff and they'll send you an email with a real shitty comment, right? Why do they do that? And they always do it anonymously. They watch everything you put out because they literally email you several times a week, right? You're in their head. I remove frustration. That's one of the, I'm in this coaching group. I am not the coach, I am being coached, right? I'm in this coaching group with people that are much, much more successful than me. And one of the things that's very common is people ask these guys questions and they're like, oh, I didn't know people did that, right? Because I don't fucking pay attention to motherfuckers that don't benefit me, right? I don't look down. You ask for help and you're crawling out of the pit, I will help pull you up, but I will not come down to your level, right? And I saw somebody ask this dude a question, what do you do about people that are always talking shit? And he's like, I didn't know people were talking shit. I don't give people access to me. And that's kind of been my thing the last couple years. If you come on here and post some negative shit, or you constantly post something passive aggressive, and I even perceive it to be negative shit, I will eventually say nothing to you and I will block you. And now that everything is merged, when you get blocked on one platform, you get blocked on many platforms. When I go to block somebody, there's two options. Block them from this page or block them from all of your pages. AI. When you negatively frustrate, and if I think there's something of value, like it's actual constructive criticism, okay. But if you are constantly against what my message is or against what my headspace is, that's the difference. See, this is my page, not his or her page, right? So if you come on talking shit, like literally, I just remove you. And the only reason I remove you, and you're lucky that that button doesn't literally disintegrate you, because I remove negative shit, because I will try to figure out how to fuck you up if I keep seeing it. I will figure out how to put things in motion, business-wise or internet-wise, that will bring frustration to you, right? Because you're bringing frustration. So I remove you. And what I find when I do that, they're gone and I never think about them again. For every one of those dudes, you have 1,000 people that you want around you. And it ebbs and flows, right? Dude hit me up, I think on Instagram last night, who I used to speak to all the time, and I valued his opinion on the topics we were talking about. Range Rover, right? I was gonna go buy this Range Rover. He's like, you don't want that, right? That's the little Range Rover. You want the Range Rover with the supercharger. I didn't know that. Bought this truck. He's like, that's an awesome truck. There were only 4,000 of those brought into the United States that year. That was a $125,000 truck you just bought when it sold new, right? It was a couple years old. I didn't know that. That guy gave me information that was very valuable to me at the time. And I don't know what he's doing now. I think he's building super high dollar Mustangs, maybe. Curtis is his name. And that's not his name on Instagram. And I believe he owns a bison farm. Like, so whatever he's doing it pretty well, right? But that dude reached out and I hadn't heard from him in years. And he's like, hey man, I took all the advice in your videos years ago and I implement them every day still. I still see your stuff, but I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm here all the time. If you don't see me, it's because you're not looking for me. And Instagram and Facebook, they don't like a lot of the things I say. My point though, if you bring frustration to me, you won't ever have access to me. If you like to watch my shit because you make fun of it, if you like to watch my shit so you can send it to other dudes and talk shit, no problem. But when you bring that on my page, I will come back, I'll comment to you, and we will go back and forth all day. And if I don't have some way to immediately monetize that, or I don't have time to monetize you, I remove you from my life. And what I'm saying is, if you can remove the things that frustrate you from your life, even if there's a fee for doing so, even if there's a cost to it, why don't you just do that, right? I walk in here and I'm like this yellow cord bothers me. It doesn't match all of my red and black shit. This yellow cord right here. Yellow cord's still sitting here. It's been sitting here for probably 2 years. And I pull it out several times a day to do video, or several times a day to focus light someplace, right? But it's still here. Why don't I just go get a black cord with a 3-way head on it and plug that in? It's minor little frustrations, but enough of a frustration, I'm telling you about it on video as an example. There's a ton of shit through the day that irritates or frustrates you that could be fixed in minutes. And that's those social media trash talkers, right? Those dudes that come onto your page when you're trying to motivate people you care about, develop business relationships, right? It's usually the dude where I'm like, work fucking hard, get up early. When you're done working, work some more. It's the dudes that show up and they're like, money's not everything. I don't need that dude around me. That dude's also probably not a client. He's not a customer. I have several platforms where I have different discussions. A lot of guys that watch these videos have no idea what my income streams are, right? They don't know what my businesses are. They have no idea what I do. So they're not customers, they're not clients. And the other one is when I put up pictures of gear or something, and it happens especially on TikTok. They show up talking shit. They're like, you're always showing this stuff, but you never tell us where to buy it. Or you're always telling us how we should work harder, but you never tell us like where you're at. That's on purpose, because I only make so much stuff. I sell everything we make almost the very hour we post it. It's almost gone, right? And I post it random different places. Sometimes I put it on TikTok, and then I put it on Facebook an hour later, and then I put it on Instagram later that night. I do that on purpose so that different places get the opportunity to get it, because there's only 24 pieces a day or 100 pieces, depending what it is. I do that on purpose. And my thought is, when people show up that watch these videos and they want to have these conversations, right? And maybe they've got some business and we're going to do a video. I don't want a lazy motherfucker. I don't want to be involved. If you can't get from social media platform, right? If you can't get from this to this, where you're standing here, or we're doing business, if you can't figure out from the social media link that you're watching who the fuck I am, or what the fucking business is, this applies for everybody. I know there's gonna be some twat that's like, always about you. Anything, right? If you can't figure out what the person you're watching does from inputting in a computer, you lazy motherfuckers, you have these phones in your hand, right? You have the world in your hand. When I started business, we didn't even have internet. It always baffles me when dudes are like, how do I learn how to sew? I don't know. Imagine if you had a thing in your hand that has more fucking computing power than we had when we made the atom bomb, went to the moon, sent guys into the fucking ocean, like, right? You have every answer in your hand. But get rid of those motherfuckers, right? Remove them from your life, and what you will find is you are much more clear of thought. If you find yourself with something that irritates you, and you think about it more than once a day, and then when you're relaxing, you get in the shower, right? When I have a frustration or a problem, especially when I'm building something new, right? And it's not working, I can walk away, get in the shower, literally sit down in the shower, 10, 15 minutes, the answer comes to me. If you're in the shower, in wherever your place of, I don't know, zen, whatever you want to call it, and you're thinking about that frustration, and it's not like your child or your spouse, right? It's just literally something, and nowadays it's on the internet. You can literally push a button and digitally kill them from your life, right? You ever driving down the road and you got the bug splatter on the window and you line it up with a car in front of you that's driving like an asshole, and you imagine that it's a ray gun that just lights their car on fire and blows up? You motherfuckers are super lucky I don't have that thing. Whoever, I'm sure there's one of you watching that you're super lucky I don't have that. But what I do have is a button that can remove you. So if you get any use, any information, anything from any of my videos or anybody else's videos, just be aware of that. There will come a time on the wrong day when that dude's having a problem, frustration, or that girl, right, that you keep saying kind of underhanded, snarky shit to, you will go to look at her page, or you'll wonder, hey, I haven't seen Martha's page for 21 days. That's because she banned you. You no longer have access to her. And a lot of times when that happens, we look at our friends lists also. And I'll ban you, and a lot of times the post stays there, and I'll just tag 10 people that I interact with that are kind of important to me, and they'll ban you too. You'll just be banned from the community altogether, and you won't even realize it happened. One day, somebody got tired of your shit. So add value and monetize. If you run any social media, monetize. If you view any social media and you get advice that you implement in your life, or it's made your life better in some way, almost every platform has a way that you can monetize. So stars on Facebook, right? That's one way. I got $165 in my bank account deposited yesterday from Facebook. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's stars, 6 months worth of stars. People think they're doing something for you when they give you stars. And they are. Over 6 months, you guys gave me $165. A star is 1 penny. A penny. You give a penny when you give a star. When you give 100 stars, it's $1. That's why Facebook gives it to you free every month. Because they're trying to build it in, but they're too late, right? Facebook is too late. Instagram has it. I've never turned it on my account. YouTube has it. Memberships. We have videos we put up that are just membership videos. Ooh, this just cut off. I guess that phone video is not going up. Maybe it will somewhere. But this video, we have membership videos that are kind of behind the scenes conversations. Behind the scenes conversations that only members get. And then when we do live feeds, people can super chat, and they can send, anything really. You can send 50 cents, you can send $50. There's some big channels I'm on, and I want them to see my comment, so I super chat them $50, $100. I sent Tim Pool $100 5 nights in a row. I spent $500 because I wanted him to see and read, hey, you guys should bring your crew out to Camden, Tennessee and train at Tactical Response. Because they're becoming gun guys, right? But they have no idea about tactics, they just know some words, right? They know Barrett 50 cal. Cool. But they don't have any gun handling skills, right? They are gun owners, not training. And I thought it of value. So I spent $500. That had to happen. On Marfugal, whenever I leave a comment on Marfugal, I spend $10, $50 because I want him to see the comment. I want him to read it. That's a way that you can get your information out to a bunch of people that have audiences, to a whole audience. And once they see your name several times, when you send them an email and you're like, hey, I would like to have you come speak at my event, or I would like to have you on my podcast, they recognize your name, right? They know who you are because you have done that and it stands out. And you can do that. And then when the video's over that had super chat on it, you can send a sticker right after the fact. You can tip them. If you're consuming content from somebody, and I am not saying this so that you give me money. I am telling you this so that you are aware of how this space is operating. It is coming to a point where businesses don't have to hunt for business. They build content, and people get enough value from their content that they want to do business. It is coming to a point soon where when you type in my website, it won't be available. It will be a membership. To be a client of mine, you will have to be referred by a client. You will have to be several things, right? Because we only build so much product, and I have way more people that want it. And there needs to be repercussions. There needs to be rewards, and there needs to be punishment, literally. If you were brought into my private group, if you were referred by somebody into my private group, and you come in and you're drunk one night and say a bunch of heinous shit to one of the girls, and we ban you, we remove your friend also. You have to be co-signed to come into the group. You have to be referred, recommended. And you need to have a conversation. Hey, I'm in this group of people. They're skilled in these things, and I value them because of this. I think you would benefit by being in this group. But if I put you in this group and you act like an asshole and they ban you, I get kicked out of the group also. There is a punishment to both of us, right? And we do that for two reasons. But, well, we do that because you know who your asshole friends are. Keep your asshole friends out of my life. That's the point, right? And that goes for a lot of places. A lot of places, they do this exact same shit. This is shit that I am telling you that nobody will tell you. I have the information I give you, everybody uses. They just don't put it out forward facing. I tell you things about business. I tell you things about marketing. I tell you things about social media. I tell you things about my life. Why do I give a shit about this guy's life if you're watching? Well, number one, you're watching me. And number two, I'm 50 years old. I have some ideas about how things are, and I've seen things in history change that you probably won't see change as drastically in your life. Maybe you will, but it seems like they're downgrading society, not upgrading society, so maybe you won't. Like the internet. How did I do business before the internet, right? There's dudes with the internet right now that can't make it in business. It's because you're not doing it, right? If you come to one of my events, everybody paid to be here, right? Those are qualified customers. Most of them traveled a considerable distance to be on the property, right? If you come here as a vendor and you can't sell your product, it's not because you don't have customers with money to buy your product. It's because you are a poor salesman. You're only worried about selling your product. You're not worried. If you develop a relationship, you won't even have to tell them what you do. They will ask you what you do. When I have a conversation with somebody, when somebody walks in the door here, hey, where are you from? What are you doing in town? What do you do for work? Well, I do IT. Right, but what is that? Like, what do you actually do, right? And when you ask them that, you're asking them questions about themselves. Their eyes light up, right? And now you have a more meaningful conversation. I'm always asking that because it opens people up, but I'm asking them that because I might be able to do business with you, or I might know somebody that needs to do business with you. We just connect people. And since we started doing the homestead stuff, prepper stuff, and I shouldn't say started doing it, since we started showing it and having events like that here, more and more people need to know things. It's about putting people together, and it's about relationships. It's not about selling product. The selling product comes with it. I have people beating my door down to buy my products, literally from all over the world. It's not about the products. It's about the relationships. I have no idea what time it is right now. I should have been in here halfway. Yeah, it's 5:30 already, right? I should be done working out already. But I made a couple videos, and I think there's some valuable information. If you liked these videos, leave me a comment. If there's something in this video that really resonated with you, you probably have a friend who would benefit from hearing it. You think they would benefit. Hit that little arrow button. Send it to them in email. Send it to them on this platform. Post it on your Facebook page and tag a couple people, right? That's what I'm asking of you. You can send money right through this platform to me. You can do that really with almost anybody you watch. I'm not asking for your money. I'm asking that if you took the time to watch the content that I make, take the 10 seconds that it takes and send it to somebody that is important to you. I'll see you guys later.